everyone, Jane here. Thank you for watching my video today. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to be going through this here because we are fast approaching in the UK. Well, a lot of the UK are heading into the summer holidays. Here where I live on the Isle of Wight, we've got another week of school left because we have a slightly shorter summer holiday and a longer break in the autumn. Don't know. I sort of know why, but I don't overly know why. We're different to the rest of the country. But we are heading towards the summer holidays and we are going away for a week in August to the south of Wales. And normally when we go away on holiday, I don't actually take any art or craft things with me at all. However, over the past 6 months to a year, I have been watching so many channels on YouTube where people have done plein air painting, where they're out and about painting in the outside world, and I thought I just really like the look of doing that myself. Now, we love going out in nature, and one of the reasons we're going to the south of Wales is because it is really beautiful. I went there years and years ago when I was younger, and it has beautiful countryside. It has absolutely stunning beaches. It has waterfalls. It is stunning, and my aim is to take some video while I'm there to show you it as well. But I wanted to put together a kit. Now, when I've watched other people's videos and then put my own kit together, what I've realized is I am not a minimalist. This is what I've got it down to, and this was me really thinking, what's the minimum amount of things I need to take? Because I don't want to, this is going to have to go in a backpack if I go out and about. Although I am thinking I might take a smaller bag to put smaller amount of things in when we go out and about, so that maybe I don't have to carry so much, but I can have this with me, because we're staying in a cottage, so I can take pictures and I can do art there as well. So this is a pencil case, really, a colouring pencil case. I have a black one that I do actually have colouring pencils in, and it's the one that has all the I want to say flaps. It's not flaps, you know what I mean, the things you put your pencils in. So I've left one in, but I've took the rest out, and so I can use it as just a general case. So opening up straight away, here is my little bit in here. Now, I had to sort of stop looking so much at what other people had and think about what I would want to use. So in my front pocket here, as you know, I do a lot of taping off of my pages. So I have got some blue painter's tape in case that's something that I want to do. But I've also included some little shape stencils in case I want to do like pages where I'm doing little pictures maybe, or I might want to do something where I'm doing a bit more of a grid journaling, and maybe something a bit more abstract but inspired by the landscape, because that's the sort of thing I do. I'm not going to suddenly turn into somebody who's trying to paint lots of landscapes, although that is, I would love to be able to do that, but I think mine are going to be a little bit more abstract. And then I thought, in case I need a ruler, I've got this one, which I got from Card Making and Papercraft magazine years and years ago, but it's also got some circles in as well in case I need them. So that's sort of what's in the front of here. I am going to also be including kitchen roll, because I think that's important. I've seen loads of people using these pencils and I couldn't resist because I love the colours in them. Now I am thinking that because my aim with this kit is I'm going to be going out into nature, I wanted sort of landscapey nature colours in my kit. So these are the Derwent drawing pencils. I bought a set of 12 and then I topped it up with a few other colours. So they are in here and they go over onto this side, and then I've also got a few of the luminance colours as well in some brighter tones, because I thought it's all very well having all these really lovely muted landscape tones, but if there's flowers or anything like that, then I do need a little bit of this brightness to sort of lift it as well. So I did debate, do I need these pencils? As you know, I'm not really a pencil person, but I thought if I'm going to do watercolour, I will want something to go on top of that, and I thought they would be ideal. Now, in terms of drawing pencils, I've had this mechanical pencil for quite a long time. I don't overly use it, but I thought it would be handy because it doesn't require sharpening, although I then went ahead and bought myself a sharpener. So, because I didn't have one that had a little, obviously I have sharpeners because I have pencils, but I don't have one that has a little pot, so I got that one. But this is the Derwent Precision. It's 0.7 millimeters, and I also have the extra, it's a HB, and I have the extra leads in there as well. But because this is what I mean by I'm not a minimalist. I have to have something spare just in case something happens to that. So I couldn't just take that. I've then had to get myself an actual pencil. So this is a 4B. So I thought if I'm going to do that, then I might as well take something that is a bit of a different softness. I've got my white jelly roll, size 10, because when do I not need highlights? And then I needed a couple of fine liners. So I've got my uni pin in a 0.2, which is very fine. And then I've got this Staedtler pigment liner. I bought this, I think, because I was probably buying something and I needed to top it up to over a certain amount to get free shipping. Don't tell me you don't all do that too. And I thought I could do with a fine liner, another black one, just so I know that it's in this case. Because I do have fine liners, but I wanted one that's specifically for in here, and that's a 0.5, and that's a Staedtler. I might have already said that. So that's what's on my one sort of flappy bit that I left in. And this is like the main part. So you've already seen, I've got my pencil leads. I got my Derwent pencil sharpener. I got this one because the big one fits your drawing pencils, and then that will fit my other pencils. So that's ideal. Now, some people said when I was reading up reviews on this that they found it difficult to empty and get out the thing. But actually, I haven't found it that difficult. I don't really want to try it now because I'll probably show myself up. But I've managed to use it and empty it quite easily. So I'm not sure. I ordered some Derwent water brushes, I should say. And I wanted this set of 4 because there was one in, they're only stained because I had to try them out, obviously. Oh, that's already slightly damaged, isn't it? Because I wanted this nice big flat brush that was in the set. Now, when I got the set of 4, one of them actually wasn't working properly, but to be fair to Derwent, they replaced that brush really easily without any problem. So I've got it was just one of the finer ones that was it was damaged, and they replaced it, and the one that they replaced it with is fine. So I'll just show you. So we've got a really tiny brush there. I don't know where I am on there. So that's, I think, oh, it probably tells me somewhere what it is. Then we've got this one. I think this was the one that was broken in the original one. It was just turning around and all wibbly wobbly. It wasn't set in there properly. So that's the next one up. Then you've got a bigger one, and then you have the big flat. So these have got a push button. I've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with water brushes in the past. I don't overly use them. So I'm hoping these are going to be good. Now, when I've been watching other people's videos, I do need things like sponges to wipe my brush off on, but also I thought they'd be handy for doing like stippling or anything like that if I feel like it. So I've just got some random bits of sponge like you do. A water spritzer so I can activate my paints. Now, I wasn't happy just to have one gel pen. I had to have a Posca pen as well. So I've got my 1M white Posca pen. And this is what I mean about I am not a minimalist because not happy with just having paints and pencils. I thought, oh, let's stick some Faber-Castell Pitt pens in as well. So I've gone for some landscapey colours. I spoke to my husband about it, and he said, if you've got the space, then why don't you just put it in there anyway? Because if you've got it, you've got it. And I thought, well, I guess so. Like I said, I might take a smaller, I'll take some out when I actually go walking around. In my watercolours, I haven't got black or white, so I've got these two gouache tubes from Winsor & Newton. So one's permanent white and one is jet black. So in case I need white and black. A rubber. No, I do like Derwent. A glue stick in case I want to stick anything in, obviously. Now this was something that people said about making sure you've got clips. So I've got some little bulldog clips to keep my pages down in case it's windy. And I bought this little journal. It's a I can't say it. And it's a 100% cotton watercolour journal. And I've already swatched out my colours that I've got in my paint palette. And I was swatching out some different ones of the luminance so I could decide which colours I wanted. I swatched out my different pens so that I could decide which ones I wanted to take. And I think at the back, yeah, I was swatching out the drawing pencils and the luminance pencils I have so that I could decide what colours. In the end, I went back on what I decided, and I decided I was just going to take all of the drawing pencils and just a few of the luminance. And again, this was just me checking out which pens I felt that I needed, and also the Faber-Castell ones, which ones I wanted and which ones I didn't. I thought somebody was knocking on the door. It's my pigeon. My pigeon's back trying to get the seed. So I don't know if you can hear that or not. I don't know what I've got in the end of here. Oh, here you go. Look, it's the information about the sketchbook. It's a Tumurata watercolour sketchbook, 100% cotton, cold press, 24 pages, acid free, medium surface, 4 by 8 inches, which is about 10 by 15 centimetres, and it's £140, which is 300 GSM. So I've obviously just put that in, and it has got a little pocket in the back, which I think I've said to people before, I don't really use that pocket. So that's my little sketchbook, and here is my little tin. This is a tin I had, and I decided to use this one. So I've swatched them in my books to see what they came out like on that paper. But I've also got my little swatch in here. Now this is a mix. It's a mixture of, I think there's some core in here. There may be some Daniel Smith, there may be some, there's all different sorts. There's some that I bought as half pans, there's some that were tubes, like a messy one there. But I went for a sort of split primary, so I made sure I had a warm and a cool in red, blue and yellow. So I wanted to make sure I had those, so I had mixing colours. But then because, again, I know I'm going to a very natural, it's going to be either beaches or countryside or waterfalls or something like that, or probably castles, because there's lots of history as well in Wales. Those are the sorts of colours that I needed to also add in. So we've got lots of these sort of naturals, a couple of neutrals, a few greens, just so I've got that extra sort of palette. And again, because I knew I could fit all of these in here, I thought I might as well fill it. You know, if I've got the space to put those colours in, I'm not going to limit myself to, only 12 colours if I can fit, how many have I fit in there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 colours. So if I can fit 20 colours in the tin, I'm going to take 20 colours. Because like I say, I've got space in here. So that's that. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about is, since I bought that one, that fits nicely in the bag. But then I saw this one, the Sea White Travel Journal, which is a bit bigger. That's not going to fit in there. So, but I don't know whether to take this or not. I think I might just take it anyway. But this is not cotton watercolour. I've wanted to try these out for a while. This is Sea White of Brighton, which is in the UK. It's just up the road from us, actually. It's not very far away. And they make really affordable journals. And I thought it might be nice to try it out. So this was 60 pages, 200 GSM. So not as thick as this other one. It's cellulose paper. It's not cotton. It's artist watercolour paper, and it's A5, so I thought that might be nice to take as well. I haven't opened this particularly yet, so yeah, so it is thinner than that one. So what I might do is, at the end of this, when I've finished talking to you, I might swatch the colours out in here just to see what it's like, just do a little quick, you know, circles swatch or something like that, just to see what the colours are like on this paper. But I might take it anyway. I can then use it, you know, without taking it out, but I can keep that one for taking out and about, and maybe use this one to have do other stuff in, or to maybe enlarge some of the things I do. But that is my plan anyway. Whether I do anything with this when I'm away is another matter. That is my aim, is to do that. I'm wondering whether I should take it on a trial run at home, not at home, well, either in the garden or go out somewhere and have a go and see how it acts. Not how it acts, but, you know, how I can work with it and whether it's got the things I need. And like I say, I will be adding some kitchen towel in as well. I think that's quite important. But, you know, let me know what you think. Is this what you would put in? Would you put more? Would you put less? What sort of products would you use if you was going out and about to do art? So thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this different video for me. I will stick around in a second and just swatch those paints out for you in here, just so that you can have a look at those. If you have enjoyed the video, do please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you could do that, especially if you want to see me actually using this when I go on holiday. That probably won't be shown until in September now, because we're not going until August. And if you're in the middle of summer, I hope you're enjoying your summertime, and if you're in the middle of winter, I hope you're staying nice and cozy and warm. So until I see you next time, bye bye.